pulverize, and welcome your hosts, Dril and Gary. Initiating Truth Point, Phase 3, Ascension Protocol. Begin program.
Oh, folks, it's great to be back here in the fucking truthosphere and Truthist, Nevada, Nebraska.
Don't say where we're at.
Sorry.
Every time I have to say it. Every time I have to say, don't say where we're at.
Well, they keep forgetting.
Just say that whatever bullshit you were gonna say, the Truth Cave or whatever. But you don't have to be like, oh, and we're in fucking Nebraska.
We're in the Truth Cave or whatever. Here to host Truth Point, back again after a week of pain. Our enemies tried to poison us, and they succeeded quite well. I was very sick. I was doubled over in pain, vomiting from my mouth.
I had a mental illness for 1 week.
A mental illness for 1 week from the poison. And I'm still
they got into my psyche. They got into my soul.
I got poison on my bib. My favorite bib is covered in poison. My favorite bow tie.
I got diaper rash on my scalp.
It's all poisonous now. It's all poisonous. We don't have any laundry. We don't have any washing machine. No washer dryer. So we had to throw it all. We had to burn all our clothes.
I had a lot of those hard boogers that you can't even pick because they're so hard that when you're trying to get them out of your nose, you're cutting up the inside of your nose.
Me too. And I'm not wearing any fucking pants right now. We don't have any laundry, so we're all nude from the waist down.
What I did was I got a Q-tip and I wet the Q-tip and I put the Q-tip in there and I softened the boogers until at which point they were more like regular boogers that you can just get right out of there.
Yeah, and that's good. I just vomited the boogers out from my mouth and my nose at the same time. I covered my mouth so the vomit came out of my nose and expelled the snot and all the poison from my nose.
I had some of those eye boogers too. Like you see, like when you see like a little pug and they got those eye boogers.
Oh yeah, those like.
I woke up with some eye boogers. I don't know.
Those little rat dogs with it look like they're crying blood all the time.
That's the boogers.
That's nasty.
Yeah, so it's like a dog disease.
Yeah, they poison us like dogs, people.
Anyway, we're back. We're healthy, more than healthy. We're shining examples of health.
Oh yeah, we're better.
They tried to take us out like Stan Chera, but we persevered.
That's right.
Yes.
And there's also Truthbot, who's still here.
We got that stem cell, baby. We got those stem cells.
Don't say that. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if that shit's legal everywhere. It's not legal in fucking Nebraska for sure.
It's legal.
If we were
not real babies,
if we were
people.
if we were hiding in a state called Nebraska,
they're generated in test tubes. They're not given brains, so they're not technically people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can just take whatever you want from them. You know, organs, eyeballs. They don't care. There's no ghost. There's no brain, no ghost.
Oh, we'll get to ghosts in a little bit, but first, we need to talk about what's happening here. I don't know if you've heard about this here in the States, where we have a election coming up.
I thought we did that.
No, well, I think we did one a couple of years ago, or
we did Super March, Super Tuesday. Bloomberg won.
It was like the Oktoberfest or whatever.
Bloomberg took the whole thing home. He brought home the bacon.
Bloomberg walked away with it.
Oh yeah, everything. The Senate, the House, the presidency. He nailed it.
But nonetheless, apparently there's going to be another election, and so to celebrate, or what's the opposite of celebrate?
To mourn. To
mourn the election, we have a election special episode coming up next week called Alexecution Endgame Zero Dark 2020. Hit it.
Every 4 years, the police state forces the most senile members of society to choose a new criminal to be our king. This is called an election.
This promises to be the worst election in human history, and we're gonna raw dog each candidate hard to find out who's going to the White House and who's going to the Big House.
and there's all the apps you can watch it on, preferably simultaneously. You know, if you have more than one device, and you really should, set them all out, make a wall of devices. It's the best way to watch this stuff.
And we're gonna watch it on Quibi. I'm gonna watch it on Quibi.
Oh, did you not? You didn't read the news?
What, that Quibi is really good and that it's doing very well and everything?
No, man. The U.S. government just outlawed Quibi like they did with TikTok. It was too big. It was too powerful.
What are they gonna outlaw next? My fucking face? They're gonna outlaw my face? Make me look like a skull? Tear my face off?
I mean, you already look pretty bad.
Fuck the government.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Yeah, could you play that again, please? Next Wednesday, at this very same time, this very same place, we will be discussing. Hit it again. There we go. Well, do the whole thing.
Oh yes.
Alexecution in-game, Zero Dark 2020. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna have games. We're gonna have prizes.
We're gonna have all your favorites from the other election special, all the people you love.
Affirmative.
We got Cyber, Emily, we got Mickey, we got
We're gonna have callers. We're gonna have people. You're gonna vote during the show. It's gonna be like the election is happening next week.
people are gonna call in. They're gonna destroy our reputations live on air. They're gonna cancel us.
We're gonna have graphics, baby.
We're gonna have graphics.
It's gonna be like being in... What?
We're gonna have more graphics than Adobe Photoshop people.
Anyway, we do have a topic for this episode. Hit that graphic again?
Yes.
Yeah. Is this the topic? Is the...
No. The topic is ghosts. Ghosts. And I believe TruthBot has assembled a video all about ghosts, and we're gonna watch that video now. Let's check.
What is goblins? Goblin is a monstrous creature first attested from the Middle Ages. They are ascribed various and conflicting abilities, temperaments, and appearances depending on the story and country of origin. They are almost always small and grotesque, mischievous, or outright evil, and greedy, especially for gold and jewelry. They often have magical abilities similar to a fairy or demon. Here are top 10 real goblins caught on camera, 10 goblins caught on tape and spotted in real life. Tree Goblin. Goblin caught in ground. A group of children have been left too terrified to play football. Goblin in room. In the video, two boys are playing with a football when suddenly a mysterious small creature, too upright and skinny to be a cat or a dog, runs through the doorway, immediately frightening the young boy. The image is so fleeting that no positive identification can be made as to whether a real-life goblin has infested the boys' playroom. Goblin behind the wall. They suddenly saw a strange creature behind the wall. Goblin beside the tree. A portly woman is seen carrying what appears to be a child, but as a small humanoid turns to face the camera, its face is revealed to be horrifyingly as hen, and colored a dark shade of green, with Spock-like pointy ears as a bonus. Is this parent carrying a real child? Is it some type of optical illusion? Or is this another worldly creature in the care of a Latin American bus traveler?
That was the wrong video.
What the fuck was that?
That was the wrong video. TruthBot.
I am very sorry.
Ghosts.
We wanted ghosts.
Not
Are
goblins.
goblins not the same as ghosts?
No, why would they be
They're
the
not
same
the same.
as ghosts?
I don't know who the fuck told you about goblins. We've
I am very
specifically
sorry.
avoided mentioning goblins on this show so that you wouldn't find out about goblins. Who told you about goblins?
I do not understand the
Goblin.
spirit world.
They're two different. Bad. Bad.
Go to the computer, go to Wikipedia with Truthbot, download Ghosts. Download Ghosts.
No, it's fucking ruined. Should we just do the rest of the episode
It has
about
been
goblins,
done.
or?
I don't want to talk about fucking... I don't know what a goblin is.
Yeah.
What, they're not even real.
Yeah, we got Jack Wagner
You
on
just
later.
kill them and take their leather
He's not gonna want
gloves
to
and
talk.
games.
He's not gonna want to talk about goblins. All right, go. You do your thing then.
I'll do
You
my
fucked
thing.
us. You fucked us again.
We're fucked.
I am very
Don't
sorry.
show us fucked.
Are you trying to flip off the camera?
I
You,
missed.
well, do it. Do it that.
I did the wrong one.
Aim at the.
I did it wrong, but now it's right.
You did the wrong. That's the wrong finger.
It's fine.
Do the transition graphic.
The manifesto. Loading image.
Christ. Well, we're not going to talk about fucking goblins today because I got my ghost info here. We got ghostophobia, people. Tens of thousands of years ago, the first caveman evolved the ability to leave behind a spirit form upon death in order to scare predators out of his den and prevent scavengers from picking at his corpse, so that potential mates could come by and extract viable semen from his cave corpse and produce generations of post-mortem offspring who would inherit the ability to transcend the physical plane upon death from the DNA of the haunted cave cum. This is how ghosts were born, and they're a perfectly natural figment of our existence. And yet people fear and despise them. But I believe we can change this, people. Am I centered here? What the fuck? My face is like covered by the ghost face. Looks bad.
Just adjust your chair.
I adjusted it.
All right. Well then, well, okay. Second thing you should do is quit your belly
Why don't I
aching.
adjust my chair through your fucking head? How's that sound?
All right, don't show off your shitty ass kindergarten chair.
Fuck you. And yet people fear and despise ghosts. Why? Why? I believe we can change this. I foresee a future where we can accept ghosts, welcome them into our hearts, and learning not to fear them, but to love them, as we do our fellow man. All while using them to turn a filthy profit from their emotional and metaphysical labor. Next. Ghosts are an untapped resource. You know, mainly because when people die, we just bury them into the dirt and they become worm food. But why would we do that when we can make them haunt something and make them scary or useful? You know, I mean, we have a housing crisis in this country because too many people are living in the houses, driving up the prices and making it very difficult for us to sell real estate to China. And so what we do is we dig up all the corpses from the graveyard, then we mix the bones with the cement and build beautiful haunted houses across America using the haunted cement as a foundation. And people won't buy the house because there's fucking ghosts in there, you know, driving the property values way down and allowing Chinese businessmen who don't believe in ghosts to swoop in and purchase the lots. And with no tenants, they'll be free to drive up the property value as much as they please and increase their theoretical worth, which in turn makes our economy not look like total dog shit and delivers back upon and unto us in the form of, you guessed it, jobs. Jobs, people. Next.
Play that promo again.
Don't play it, though. You're gonna fuck up my system.
All right.
Don't fuck me.
Well, we'll do it after.
No, we won't do it after.
Well, you just had a big pause there, so I felt like, you know, I had to fill the space.
I'm not.
No.
I lost my center because of you. But that's not all, folks. When the economy has chewed up the haunted houses and sucked all the value out of them, we can demolish them. And we can harvest their raw material to create supernatural weapons for the United States Army. The CIA has conducted so many experiments for years, converting haunted houses into haunted hand grenades and other munitions designed to scare the crap out of our enemies by attacking them with the spirits of our fallen fathers and uncles. Next. No, it doesn't stop there. Oh no, we can lift the entire haunted houses up and just drop them on top of the enemy. You know, a house full of ghosts who are all pissed off and agitated because their house is being lifted up by a helicopter. You know, something like that must be the equivalent of about a 5 billion megaton bomb. You know, just pull the house right out of the dirt and drop it on top of them. Ghosts and mummies and Frankensteins and all that shit. Just boom! Fuck you, ISIS. Fuck you, Al-Qaeda. Fuck you, Bolivia. Right on top of their heads.
What'd Bolivia do?
They fucked up. Next.
Bolivia's that country in Europe that has all that pancakes and shit.
Well, they're about to become a pancake when we drop the shit on them.
Are you done?
Yes. But there are ghosts we can't afford to send to war. These are our friends, the ghosts of the celebs. And as a sign of great respect, I think I'll be conducting a seance. We got Larry King. The Larry King's still alive, so I'm going to be, we are going to summon his father into the studio and try to have him in the studio with us tonight and ask him some questions.
Go to the wide.
Go to the wide shots.
Presentation complete.
Is it? Can you hold on?
You need to hold it up. They can't see it. Larry King's father, we summon you tonight to help us with our show.
What's his name? You can't just call him Larry King's father. You gotta be more specific.
The ghost knows who his son is. It's fine. Larry King, please summon your dad to help us.
Alright, well, you're not doing it right.
You got a bad attitude about it, and that's why it's not
No,
working.
your voice is shaking.
You got a shit attitude.
Your voice is shaking because you're afraid.
You're scaring the ghost away with your shitty attitude.
You're scared.
Larry King's father, I command you to come out of this picture and help us.
Larry King Jr. Larry King Sr. Rest in peace. We don't mean to disturb you. Let's play that promo again next week. Hey, speaking of scary, have you seen some of these political candidate? All right, I'm going to do my presentation.
I think those candidates are all very good.
We're going to do my present. Can you do the thing, Truthbot? I'm going to do my presentation.
I don't think they're scary at all.
Ghosts.
The presentation.
Hold up. Ghosts. Friend or the most dangerous animal. I thought I was gonna call it friend or foe. The most dangerous animal. Are ghosts real? Well, consider this. The greatest trick ghosts ever played was convincing the world they're not real.
That's right.
It's a quote I said. Tonight. This is a live debut of that quote. Of course they're real. Think about all the powers ghosts have. Flight, invisibility, small object manipulation, slime production, weird noises. Yes, these things can kill you if you're on the edge of a cliff and then you hear a ghost go, "Ooga booga booga," or whatever they do. You might just fall right off, you know? Or maybe they move a little marble beneath your feet using all their powers. You slip on the marble, land on your knife set, kills you. A lot of people wonder who were the first ghosts, and I'll just ignore the fact that Dril already talked about this very similar concept in his presentation.
You should have checked with me.
This is Chongo. This is the inventor of the wheel, invented in 65 million BC. 12,000 BC. And Chongo was the first human with a soul. And Chongo used the soul to invent the wheel, but then the price of having a soul after Chongo died, Chongo was transformed into having a ghost. And there's a theory that you do have to at least have 80 IQ to become a ghost. And oh, who said that? That's a new quote. That's another quote I debuted tonight. People ask, what should I expect from ghosts? Well, I'll tell you. Ghosts can possess dogs and mountain lions and all kinds of creatures, and they drive them into a tizzy, and that's why 89% of animal attacks are caused by ghosts. So if someone's getting mauled, you might think, oh, raccoons, they're dangerous now. It has rabies. Yeah, that's probably caused because you have, like, a dead aunt who hates you.
This is bullshit.
No, it's real. You know, another thing ghosts can do is they can just, like, do that kind of shit where they just, like, choke you out in front of your woman.
Is that Baron Trump?
That's adult Baron Trump getting choked out in front of his woman. Mila Kunis. When he dates Mila Kunis as an adult.
Can't wait.
You know, here's the ghost of Jesus Christ. Coming back to haunt a rockabilly fan. Something they can do. And then I don't really know what this is going on here, but it looks like a woman with a magic briefcase shooting an astronaut. And, you know, that just kind of goes to show we don't even know what ghosts get up to. They do all kinds of crazy shit. What? What? Okay. Now, everyone always wants to know, why are there so many statues? Why are there so many statues of dead guys? Why? Because that's the only way to trap... Whoops. Let me go back. The only way to trap ghosts is to make a statue. That's why you see statues of Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln was one of the first ghosts. After he died, he killed himself or something. We don't know. Nobody knows. But after he died... he tried to keep getting elected president. He kept going around haunting people, doing all kinds of shit, so he had to build statues to trap his ghostly presence. And so people say, what do we do with ghosts? They're everywhere! They're bothering us! They're moving marbles around! They're choking us out in front of our woman. It sucks. What do we do with these? And I'll tell you, we put them to work. And here we see a ghost on a treadmill. This is a artist's rendition. And we get the ghost power out of them. And ghost is a human soul, if you've ever seen The Matrix, is powerful as one battery. And when you think about all the people that died, that's over 1 trillion batteries. We could power a futuristic city such as Neo Tokyo using only ghosts. Now, wouldn't that be nice? And they do the work for us, you know. And what I would say about that is the only thing we have to fear is not ghosts, but the idea that we don't use ghosts to help the economy. And my second thing would be ghosts. Your free ride is over. Debut of my quote. And my and we use special machines to make us live forever, so we don't become ghosts. Because if you're a ghost, then, you know what I mean, since we're gonna make all ghosts basically be our slaves, you really don't want to become a ghost at this point. It's gonna be worse than hell.
Ooh, you just said the quiet part out loud.
The end.
Presentation complete.
That's fucked.
Let's play.
I don't believe in slavery. I don't believe in ghost slavery. I say we send them to the military.
It's a startup. It's a startup. It's disrupting the afterlife.
No, we send them to the military so they can get a hard day's work in the legal way.
Why? So then they can become citizens? Play that promo.
That's
Play
fine.
that promo. Play it. Folks, next week we're going to have a beautiful... What did that say? Can you play it again? I gotta read it. Folks, next week we're going to have, next Wednesday, we're going to have 8 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, that's right. Play it again.
Larry King's father.
We're going to have an execution...
Yes.
Stop fucking with shit.
I'm gonna get him in. I'm gonna look up his name. I'm gonna get him in here.
Don't look up his name. All right, folks. You know, we've presented a lot of evidence based on ghosts tonight. But the thing is, we present our evidence without doing research because we want it to be just pure and kind of straight from the heart, and that's why you tune in. But we do have an expert with us tonight. His name is Jack Wagner, and he's very much a ghost expert, and we're going to bring him out onto the program live in the studio via satellite, in his home studio via satellite. Go.
The remote viewing cyber interrogation cube.
Jack, hi.
Greetings.
Hello. How's it going?
How are you? It looks like you're in a bed and breakfast there or something.
Oh, I live in a haunted house. This is my house.
Is it weird living
sucks.
in a place where there are maybe so many dead spirits around?
Well, you know, work from home, they say. Everybody's doing it now because of COVID-19. So this is my work. I had to, you know, take my work to my house.
Well, what are the ghosts doing? I mean, they're not working from home. They can't get sick from the coronavirus.
Well, they work anyway. They don't do much work.
Oh.
But they could. I do think that they could get the coronavirus. I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, I bet you probably
can't
don't
really.
know.
You can't really say that they can't. You can't prove that they cannot. So.
You can't prove. You can't prove a negative.
Exactly.
And since ghosts are made out of negative energy, it's very hard to prove anything about what they do.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Edward Zeiger.
Who? What? Larry King's dad?
His dad is named Edward Zeiger.
So Larry King's real name is Larry Zeiger?
Yeah.
He changed it to King.
That's pretty awesome.
He became the king of all media, so that's his title now.
Yeah, the Queen Elizabeth knighted him and made him the king.
That's Sir Larry King.
Sir Larry King. All right, Jack.
He's soon to be a ghost, perhaps.
Well, I mean, he's looking good for his age.
Good.
He's doing very good.
I mean, he's like what, like 105, and he's still killing it.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, he's more likely to live to 200 than to die, based on previous evidence.
You mean just because he's still alive?
Yes.
And if you see his sons too, you gotta look up Larry King's sons. They're just like these buff, like tan, like male goddesses who you can tell that these guys are so like fucking. They're just so perfect looking that you just know that Larry King only raised them to extract their youthful essence and increase his lifespan. Like, you just know.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
I don't even know what their names are, like Tanner and Keith or something like that.
Can we summon them into
They're
the studio?
beautiful.
Yeah, they're really... Well, we can't summon them into the studio because they're alive.
Okay. Oh.
Jack, we've collected a number of questions from across the web. People have sent in. People are dying to know all about ghosts, and we hope that you will bless us with your expert knowledge.
Oh, absolutely. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Truthbot?
Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it.
What is... Oh, wow. Look at him.
Handsome.
They
It's
look
just-
great.
When I look at that, what do I see? Just three hot guys. You know what I mean? And then you look close at one of them and you're like, wait a minute. One of those hot guys is a little bit more distinguished.
Oh, he's feeding off their energy, like you said, I think.
Yeah, you can see his hands are like in the back of their necks and just like...
They're generating infinite energy between all three of them and just transferring it between each other and returning it to God.
And Larry
Returning
King's
it to
also
God.
had like 11 wives.
That's right. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
a little confused
More the
how
merrier.
old he was when he had them.
Oh, the
Those
kids?
guys are about 22 years old. He's about 98. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to just run some numbers here. I'm not great at math, but
it's still good.
Larry King has never stopped fucking. I mean, and that's why he's gone through so many wives. Is because, you know, he wears them out before they get tired of him.
Absolutely, absolutely. The master of the interview.
We also talked about goblins a little bit earlier. We don't have to talk about that again. Where are the
goblins.
questions?
We're not
Questions.
talking about
goblins.
Questions.
We're done with Goblin.
Questions.
The echo chamber.
First question. Oh, this is a good one. How do I make sure... I'm glad this is the first question. Normally some dumbass says, what's the topic this week?
You know, goblins suck because they're just people. They're just like green people without any superpowers or anything good about them.
Okay, I don't want to get into politics here, but they're not people, absolutely. But how do I make sure I become a ghost when I die? This is a good question. What is it that makes a person be a ghost? You know, because not all people become ghosts, right?
I think you have to be really pissed off. Being pissed off will help. Go away from the light when you die. For starters, you might see a light. You got to go away from the light. And I think mostly keeping that pissed off type of energy. That's you really want to be mad. So
You gotta
might have to
hold
psych
on to some
yourself
like
up.
grudges
Yeah.
or something.
yeah, you try to think of something
something that pisses
that
you
made
off.
you
like,
angry.
If you have like a cousin or something, and then like they remember you were the one that like killed their pony with a shotgun when they were little.
Yeah.
After they die, they might come back and haunt you, and you know,
Yeah.
draw ponies on the wall in blood or whatever the fuck.
You got to
But
have
it's gotta
have
be
things
something
like that
deep
in
like
your
that.
toolbox to pull from.
Yeah, like I had a like in middle school, I had this save file on Pokemon, and a friend of mine, supposedly a friend, he said, "Let me see your Game Boy really quick," and he deleted the fucking file as a prank. I've never forgotten
Classic
that.
prank. Classic
And,
prank.
You know, so far of all the things that have happened in my life, that I think that's the most likely. You know, when I die, I might be a ghost over it.
When I was a boy, a neighbor kid who lived in the other side of this duplex, next to my grandpa, he hit me in the face with a lock, and gave me a concussion. But I was borrowing his Game Boy game at the time, and they rushed me to the hospital, and I never saw him again. I never returned the Game Boy game, and I still have it. So, you know.
He's coming for you. When he expires, he's going to come after you.
Well, why would he come after him?
Because he's got
I'd
the Game
say
Boy.
we're
yeah.
even. I think I kept the game. He injured me, so I'd say we're even. In fact, I think I even came out ahead because
Well,
at the time,
whichever one of you dies first is the one who goes and haunts the other one.
Well, I mean, it depends what game it is, really.
it was Kid Icarus.
Okay.
So decent.
Not great.
Yeah, not great. Maybe it probably wasn't worth the eye injury.
All right, next question. God damn it! Don't put these in the fucking. Don't put these in here. Don't say we. If you're watching the show, it makes no sense to ask. Don't send in these questions. First of all, I always say what the questions are about, and then that's what the show's about. You don't have to fucking send in the question, and then by the time we answer it, it's already the show, so you know what it's about. So don't send in that question. Next question, please.
Don't
I am
fuck
very
with
sorry.
What is the topic of the week?
This is the topic: ghosts. The shit we're
Oh,
already
that's-
talking about.
Was
I'm
it
a ghost
ghosts or
expert.
goblins? Are we doing goblins?
Our goblin
We're not
is
doing
not the same
goblins.
as ghosts.
What?
I didn't hear it.
Was that a
I didn't
ghost?
hear. Well, this one's directly addressing me. I think this week's topic is ghosts, and we're happy to discuss them. It's spooky men who live in houses.
Next question.
I'm a ghost expert.
Next question.
He's a ghost expert. That's what we got him.
Do ghosts know they are ghosts? If not, how can I check if I am a ghost?
There's no way to know if you're a ghost.
I mean, it's pretty easy if you take pee and poop, then you're not a ghost because ghosts can't poop.
Well, the food just goes right through them, so in a way, don't they just poop much faster
They
than
know
us?
right away. They know right away.
If you put like a sandwich in your mouth and then you look on the floor and the sandwich is on the floor.
Well, that's like Looney Tunes shit. That's not real.
Well, I don't know. How the fuck? Why you know what ghosts do unless it's from like cartoons and stuff?
They wouldn't even get hungry. They would just look at the food and say that looks like shit to me. It doesn't look good.
I would eat food even if I'm not hungry. So I think as a ghost I would still eat.
Most ghosts aren't interested in our modern food anyway. They're used to foods from the Victorian era. They eat small cakes, creams, berries, things like that. I think our food doesn't even interest us.
It'd be like a liver spread on a
liverwurst, blood pudding.
They eat wallpaper that's poisonous.
Yeah.
So they're basically they all eat like British food.
Yes. That's yes, Victorian era food, I would say.
A chip buddy. A chip
Pack.
buddy. It's like a French fries and a sandwich or something.
I've never
Next
heard of that.
question.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Next question. That's American food. Is there good ghosts and bad ghosts, or are they all bad? This is something we want to know. I would think they were all bad. Are there some good
I
ones?
think they're good.
Oh, I think there's good ghosts. You know, I've had many friends who are ghosts. Some of my best friends are ghosts right here in this house. I call them my roommates, really.
What's their deal? Like, can you name? Like, what's one of their names? What do they do? How they die?
Lucas.
Why are they nice?
Lucas, he's died recently, and he moved in here. He died of COVID-19 actually, and just moved right in here.
George Lucas?
No, it's just a regular Lucas. But he moved in. He's not a bad roommate.
Yeah, I would have seen that on the news.
No, George Lucas.
why'd you
alive,
ask?
I think.
I don't know, man. I haven't looked at the news today.
You wanted the scoop?
Yeah, I'd like the scoop. I'd like one scoop.
Well, I don't think he would call him Lucas. He'd call him George.
Unless I knew him like that, you know.
Well, you call him George Lucas. The one and only.
Wait, so are these ghosts paying rent, or they just hang out?
He has not paid rent yet. He has not. I'm trying to collect rent.
Oh.
I mean, I think that's why the ghosts you probably want to have as your roommate are like the pirate ghosts, right? Because then they could just tell you where their treasure is. You could go.
That is what we call the jackpot. Absolutely.
You believe that if you let a ghost live in your house for free, that you are some sort of simp or cuck, if you would?
Oh wow.
You
Heavy
know,
question.
I'm a member of the Ghost DSA, and I don't really feel comfortable putting myself in any kind of position where I could be considered a landlord or anything of that sort. So,
All right.
if he's able to donate rent to me, that's fine. But otherwise, Lucas lives here now amongst some other spirits, and I'm, especially in times like this, I'm not going to, press him for rent. I think it would just be bad optics, especially given my career and position as a
Right.
ghostician.
Hell yeah.
Because you study ghosts.
I do, yes.
Yeah, they must. Do they ever go like, what do you know about ghosts? You're not even a ghost. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's hurtful.
Yeah. What
That
could
is
you
hurtful.
possibly know about ghosts and our experiences? How dare you study us?
And I say, well, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to learn here. I know it's not your job to educate me, but
Yeah. You're just
Um,
doing your best.
yeah.
I mean, what if they're the ghost of someone whose job it was to educate you?
I mean, that's the problem. A lot of people don't even know this, is that Ouija boards, for instance, we think of them as being bad, but really, that's unpaid emotional labor. What you're doing, you just think that like you can pull out this Ouija board and summon a spirit, but you don't know what that spirit is doing at the time.
They might be on the toilet, or
They might be on the toilet, they might be at work, they might be eating.
they might be floating past a mirror or something.
Yeah, they might be
Yeah.
asleep. And you're coming in asking all these questions.
Asking
asking
ghosts?
yes or no questions.
Ghosts sleep?
Yeah, they sleep. They can sleep.
During the day or just any time?
It's just kind of any time they want, but you know, I mean, mainly it's those Ouija boards. It's they're rude mainly, and you know, it's thousands of questions a day, and you're bothering these people. So
Yeah,
you want to talk unpaid emotional labor? How did you die?
Emails sounds like my fucking emails.
Exactly.
It is weird though. I mean, that's a good point. Like as far as like ghosts go, you know, they're just people. They're just dead. And so to like, you know, you wouldn't go up to a guy who's alive and be like, tell me about your life, give me guidance, all this other shit.
No.
They'd be like, you know, fuck off,
kicked.
weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like in prison, in the clink, you don't ask, what are you in for? You just don't ask, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Just unspoken. Same thing in the afterlife. You kind of don't ask how they died.
All right, next question. Let's keep it moving.
There is a problem.
About what?
What does this guy want now? What? What is it?
There
Play
is
the
a problem.
promo. Play
What's the problem?
Play the promo again.
Play something. Do something.
Play the promo. Do that. Perfect. Great. See, there's no problem. Next week. Politics. On your computer.
Politics is good again. It's
Next
back.
question. Can ghosts leave ectoplasm in certain areas if they haunt you hard enough? No, yeah.
I feel like this is an immature question.
Ectoplasm is fake. It's not real.
Is it not real? What is it?
It's fake.
It's goo, slime. It's a type of
It's
ghost.
a joke.
It's goo. It's ooze, right?
Goo, ooze.
Is this something only ghosts make, or what's the deal with it?
I mean, you know, it's up for debate, really. Who's
I mean,
to say?
have you personally interacted with ectoplasm? Do you?
I mean,
You live with ghosts.
it's hard to say because I mean, you know, sometimes you find you're walking around the house, you're in the bathroom, you find one of your socks on the ground, there's some sticky stuff on it, and you say, "What the fuck is this?" Excuse my
Right.
French. What the fuck is it? What's this? And then suddenly they want to talk about ectoplasm.
Who wants to talk
And-
about it? The ghosts?
Yeah, you know, the ghosts, your older brother, grown up, something like that.
I don't know about that.
You think your older brother was maybe a ghost?
You know, there's some ectoplasm in your Maxim magazine.
Yeah.
He wants
And then
to talk about
you say like, oh,
ectoplasm.
Maxim magazine is haunted.
I don't
Maxim
know what that
magazine
is.
is spooky.
I've never.
Well, for
jacked
many
off.
years I thought it was haunted because he told me that. Eventually I found out it was a lie.
I don't know what cum is.
No, we didn't say anything about cum. That's a different. That's, you know, cum is like the essence of a soul. Ectoplasm is, it's gross. It's goo.
It's the same thing.
It's different. Next question. Here's a good one. Jack, would you like to be a ghost after you die? Is it fun to be a ghost?
I mean, obviously, this is what I'm going for. Me, personally, that's an obvious question. Obvious answer. What about you guys, though?
I mean, you know, you can reincarnate into a dog or a rat, like based on how good you were in life, or a ghost. But I'd rather reincarnate into like a wolf or something like a very spiritual, soulful animal
Yeah.
with a very developed brain.
My plan is to go
Hagfish.
try to haunt a movie theater so I can watch all the movies for free and eat all the popcorn for free.
Oh, the movie theater
Oh.
ghost is a classic kind of ghost.
That'd be.
Yeah.
I would be a pleasant one though. I would just be there to watch the movies and save a few bucks.
Right. And, you know, but, I mean, it might be annoying if, like, you're watching a movie, somebody's watching a movie and they look and there's a guy just glowing. You know, it might be
Glowing,
just-
yeah.
It's like if somebody whips out their phone.
Nasty.
That's true.
I think I'm pretty sure I don't want to die. I think I want to be a robot, and I think that's not really the
Oh,
same
yes.
kind of thing. But not the TruthBot kind of robot. Like I need more RAM than TruthBot only has like 32 megabytes of RAM, so I need
I
better
want all my
specs.
blood to be taken out of my body and transferred into Elon Musk's body so he can live off of me forever.
Well, by that time, in a few short years, Elon Musk will be living in the body of a small child. So.
Well, that's his right.
What is the best way to talk to ghosts? I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Tarot or Ouija?
Don't need any of that flim flam.
I already
you
told you
this.
my opinion on the Ouija.
What is tarot?
Tarot cards, I think is what they're referring to.
No, it's like Pokemon cards, but for...
Not necessarily a tool of communicating with ghosts. This is...
All right, bad question. Next question, then.
Fortune telling.
Okay, fuck you. Fuck you, viewer.
That's a big yes to this one.
My dead relatives watching me jack off.
I mean, it depends if you have that good dick or not. I mean, if your dick looks like awful, if it looks like shit, nobody's gonna want to watch that, including the dead people.
That's one of the... Unfortunately, that's one thing you have to do as a ghost.
It's like a duty
really
or like...
Yeah, you really have no choice.
I mean, once you've
definitely
seen
one of the
guy
drawbacks.
jacking off, you've seen, like, all of it. You don't need to, like, see every guy jack off.
Well, I think part of it, too, is, like, you know, ghosts can't interact with technology, right? So they can't use the remote and turn on the TV and watch that. So, like, pretty much the only thing there is to watch is, like, when people are jacking off or in the shower or whatever.
I think they're like dogs where their eyes aren't, like, they don't have enough gigahertz in their eyes to see the TV correctly.
So it's just like a flat surface.
So it's just like a blinking box that nobody knows what's on the screen.
I didn't
Next
know that
question.
about dogs.
The new TVs, they can see those.
Okay, this is serious. This is a good question. How do you kill a ghost? We need to know the answer to this. There's lots of ghosts out there. I mean, you know, yeah, they're just like people in the sense that, you know, they're not all good, they're not all bad. But just like people, there's a lot of them that need to die, right? So how do we kill a ghost?
I've never tried. You guys have any guesses? I've never tried. I've never given it away. I mean, I certainly have ideas.
Is it just like you would never do that to a ghost? You're more focused on like the preservation of ghost society?
Yeah. But I also just don't know how you would go about it. I certainly have some ideas.
The only way to kill a ghost is to give birth to it. So you must weaponize the humble woman's vagina against them.
What do you mean? Can you like expand on that?
You need to have them haunt the woman's womb so that she could give birth to a ghost.
Do you mean like there's a fetus in the pussy of the woman, and then the ghost gets sucked into the fetus, and then when the fetus is born,
The ghost comes out the womanly chute, the chamber, and is born as a baby.
That doesn't kill it though. That just makes
without any of its memories or any of its desire to be a ghost.
That just traps it in the body of a baby.
To kill a ghost, it's to make it alive, if you think about it. So that's actually pretty smart. If you kill a ghost, you're actually making it alive again.
Yeah, because
so
you can't.
Describing reincarnation.
You can't do like a double negative.
Yes.
You have to trick it into haunting the woman's womb.
That's right.
Now, how do you do that? Do you like put up a bunch of old weird antique mirrors around the?
Put up some candles. You put a ceiling fan on. You know.
Maybe painting her stomach, like
painting her stomach. Yeah.
Like Wile E. Coyote would kind of paint the tunnels.
Yeah. Put up a little sign that says "Free Ghost Food."
Free ghost food, maybe
free ghost food,
a jack-o'-lantern.
Like an arrow that points down to the pussy.
Yeah, the area.
I don't know what that's technically called. The pussy.
The labia center.
Right. Yes. Next question, please. Good question. Do our ghosts wear the same clothes we were wearing when we die for the rest of eternity? Yeah, because like you see ghosts from like the 1700s or whatever. Or you see like caveman ghosts and they're wearing loincloths. What's the deal with that?
You know, they say that you get to wear whatever your favorite outfit was, you know.
Oh, okay. So you don't, it's not like if you put on, like, let's say you dress up as like Wolverine for Halloween and then someone comes and like fucking bludgeons you in the back of the head, kills you,
Well,
you're not gonna walk around as the ghost of Wolverine for the rest of your.
There's certainly cases where that's happened. There's certainly cases
why
where
do
that's
so many
happened.
ghosts wear the white sheet? Are they like all dead KKK guys, or is that just the hospital standard blanket?
They might be just ugly ghosts when you think about it. They might be trying to hide something, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
It probably hurts a ghost's feelings, like when, you know, if you're afraid of it, that's fine. But if you're like, ooh, ugly, then, you know, that hurts their feelings.
Yeah, so they're trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Hide themselves.
Who would you like to see as a ghost? Not necessarily who you want to see be killed, but just as a ghost, who do you think would be a good ghost?
It sounds like a loophole type question.
I think,
It's not. It's not.
Julian Assange, he already looks like a ghost, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch. But he could get all the WikiLeaks as a ghost and post them on his favorite website,
He can kind
Wikipedia.com.
of fly around the world collecting all the undiscovered WikiLeaks. Maybe.
That's right, the lost WikiLeaks.
Maybe Carmen Electra.
Just because she's the
She-
sexiest woman alive.
She could come live in a haunted house.
What, like
with,
your haunted house?
With maybe.
Wow.
I would like to see Michael Jordan as a ghost because
That'd be pretty cool.
You know, he revolutionized basketball. He revolutionized being in Space Jam. What's he gonna
Shoes.
revolutionize next? You know, being dead. Yeah, play that. Could you play that? Folks, next week, we're not even going to talk about ghosts. We're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about the election. Execution
We love
in
that
game.
election.
0. Next question.
Love that coverage. That coverage.
Dril, you want to read this one? I've been reading all
What
of them.
magical shit do I do if I see a ghost to protect myself and my family? You know? Well, ghosts, they're basically people, so I'm assuming they respond to basic commands like, you know, go fuck yourself or fuck off. So
That's
you
true.
know,
That's true. Communicating
Yeah.
directly is a great way, you know. That being said, like I said, you know, these are from different time periods, so some of these ghosts, the older ones, they're not going to understand what you're talking about when you tell them to go fuck off, you know. You might need to learn some kind of Victorian or Dickensian insults, you know.
like,
Fuck thee. Fuck thee yonder.
to your trousers, sir.
Yes. Things like that. You could make a border of salt around your house. This is one thing you could do. You could put skeletons in front of your house, kind of as like a ghost scarecrow. It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. A lot of people do that.
Skeletons are like the opposite of ghosts because they're all bone, no.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, a ghost and a skeleton, they can get married and become a person.
That's one of the. You don't want to be haunted by a skeleton. It's one of the scariest things that could happen.
No,
Even worse,
a skeleton can fuck you up, especially when they're the skeletons that have like spikes on their head or whatever.
if they have a sword.
Yeah, those
If they
guys.
have a sword.
Those
yeah.
guys are. When a skeleton's on fire, that's the worst.
That's the
shit.
worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Yeah.
I was thinking though,
a jack-o'-lantern.
oh, for a
A
head.
jack-o'-lantern floating down the street. You ever had that happen to you?
No, I heard about. I
Been
heard about.
followed by a jack-o'-lantern?
I heard about it.
It's not good.
I don't like it.
You know what's even scarier than a skeleton is a skeleton with, like, muscles and skin that can punch you when it actually hurts.
That's just a guy.
That's just a
Is it
guy,
man?
A man. Well, a man can be pretty scary. If you've ever seen just a guy in tights. But I was thinking, fuck this question for a second. I have something to say.
What?
Truthbot. I was thinking a cool way to protect yourself from a ghost. Let's say you're getting haunted by a ghost, right? And, you know, they're fucking with you or whatever. And you're like, oh yeah? Check this out. And then you pull out a gun and you shoot yourself in the head. And then you're a ghost too. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, now mess with somebody your own size.
Yeah.
That's
Now
right.
we're at the same playing field.
Oh, you want to fuck with me now? And then I don't know if this works, but I always thought like if you die holding a gun, maybe you get the
You get to keep the gun.
as a ghost, yeah. And
That's
then
right.
it's like,
True.
oh, buddy, you really fucked up. Now I'm a ghost and I have a special ghost gun. I just shoot your ass.
A ghost with a desert eagle.
Yeah,
That's
that
even
is
worse
that
than a
would be
skeleton.
such a fucking high powered. Okay, next question.
That would be overpowered.
Oh,
Would it
wait,
be
yeah.
possible to have sex with a ghost like Dr. Crusher in that Star Trek episode?
Buddy, you better believe it's possible.
We'll speak on that.
What do you think I'm doing in this industry? I'm not gonna go into details, but
What do you got?
Fucking
Like,
let's just say
right
I'm
now.
living good. Let's just say
Right
I'm
under
living
that
good.
camera, Jeffrey Tubin style.
oh,
You
he's
kidding me?
He's tubing over here.
Want to talk ratio? You know how many mediums there are in the world? Not many. You know how many ghosts
Jeez.
there are? They don't smell great, but once you get past,
This is the thing is like,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
guys that get into like ghosts, it's like there's always a secret reason. There's always a reason why they're into this specific kind of person.
you know,
Jeez.
let me tell you,
He's inviting him to his like
an acquired
antique,
taste. An acquired
antique,
taste.
casting couch.
Ooh,
Antique
yeah.
is the right word, but they age like wine. Let me tell you.
No wrinkles. Ghosts are totally smooth. Are ghosts always of people, or can they be blobs of green shit like Slimer from Ghostbusters?
Ectoplasm.
They can be that if they want. I mean, they can just change shape at will. They can say, you know, I don't want to be a human. I'm scarier as a goblin.
Just a spooky slime.
Yeah.
And you said goblin again, and I think you didn't mean to say that.
Well,
That's out of my area of expertise. What is a goblin? Do we know?
He doesn't
it's
know.
a
Don't.
green man.
It's not. It's
a
a
very-
totally different
It's a
thing.
very bad green man.
It's
What's
not
a gremlin?
It's not a man, because if it were a man, that would imply that if you had sex with a goblin, it would produce viable offspring. But the human sperm and the goblin egg do not mix. You
How
can't.
do you know that? I mean, maybe nobody just wanted
There's
to try
all
it.
there's
yet
all
because
kinds
it's
of
gross.
research
You
in
don't know
Russia.
until you try.
In the 70s, they were fucking all kinds of goblins over there trying to make the perfect human out of a goblin human hybrid, and
That's
they
just
were.
going to be a worse human. That's not going to
Well,
be perfect at all.
That's why they, their whole system fell apart.
What about a gremlin?
Different
We know
A
thing.
gremlin is a pig.
What is, if a ghost commits a crime, is there anything the police can do about it?
Oh no.
No.
Next question.
You have to call the Ghostbusters.
Is Dril haunted by any ghosts? I don't care if Derek.
That's pretty rude.
What does that mean?
I'm not gonna read the rest
Am I
of this question.
haunted by ghosts? Do I have a ghost in my body?
Well, yeah.
Yes, I have one ghost, which is me. The ghost of me. That's not dead yet.
Well, didn't your son die recently?
No.
Oh, well, I haven't heard you talk about him.
I don't want to talk about him.
Okay. Well, I thought he died.
I'm not talking about my son, Hunter.
Next question. Do ghosts really live in the haunted mansion at Disneyland, or is that just special effects?
There's really ghosts there.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's really ghosts. It's hard.
I mean, people
know?
fucking die there all the time. Like, they get decapitated on the roller coasters. Like,
Here's the
every
thing.
year.
It's one of the worst places you could see a ghost. Okay? Because imagine you're walking in the haunted mansion and you know the ride. Because you go there all the time and you have the entire ride memorized. But then one time you see a real ghost in there. Who's going to believe you then? Who's going to believe you then? You come out of there and you say, I saw a ghost in the haunted mansion in Disney World.
No, buddy, you just
Nobody's
saw
believing
fucking
you.
Jiminy Cricket.
It's the best place you could haunt as a ghost when you think about it. It's the perfect crime. Nobody's going to believe you.
Is there
But
an
you don't get any
apparition
credit.
behind you? I see an apparition behind you.
Oh,
Is
it's the ghosts.
Oh, they're floating around back there.
I see one.
Is there one?
Your fucking chair.
Oh, was that?
The
It's
chair.
like it's like a spectral chair. It's just-
Ah!
Chill, relax. It can't hurt
Holy
you.
shit!
No, it's just over the video.
It
Relax.
just disappeared. Did you see that?
Next question. Oh, he made his mic disappear.
This man is a demon.
Well, he
I
has
want him
he
off
has
the
all
show.
he has all
I
kinds
want
of
this
powers.
man off the show. He's a demon.
Let's just get through the questions. As time goes on, will websites become haunted? E.g., all the Twitter accounts of people that have died.
No. They just die.
Ooh.
They don't. It's a fucking website. Do you know anything about how websites work?
Okay, look at
It's HTML. Download it.
when somebody dies on Twitter. That's a forever follow. You know, you got them locked in. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. They'll never unfollow you. You get to keep them forever. It's like you possess their spirit. So it's good when that happens, and you get to keep them, but it's not the same as being haunted. It's like it's more like being in a graveyard, which graveyards aren't haunted, because people die. They don't want to fucking hang out in the graveyard. They want to go.
That's one of the last places you want to hang out.
Right, it's stupid. It would be like if you're a doctor and you knock off work by hanging out at the hospital. That's stupid.
Well, what about all the accounts that say, "Hi, handsome. Do you have any iTunes gift cards for me?" Are those ghosts?
Those could be ghosts.
They're probably just hot women.
We've
Looking
talked about
for,
how they don't really know how
take
to
care of you.
work social media. So
Well, I'd love to answer them and pleasure them for life.
they also sell Ray-Bans on there for large
Ray-Bans
discounts.
they're good deals. It's like 90% off.
Have you ever had one of your friends on Facebook suddenly stop posting, and then out of nowhere all they're doing is posting about Ray-Bans on sale?
Is it because they died?
I mean, yeah, I'd like
That's a
to
ghost.
have what that guy's having.
That's a ghost.
How long do ghosts last?
Long enough.
Good question, because you don't really see that many dinosaur ghosts.
They don't
No,
last
they
that
just get
long.
bored eventually.
They eventually do get bored and they go into the light.
What is that? What's the light?
We don't know. I don't know.
That's probably just
Could
the
be
sun.
heaven or hell.
That's probably the sun, right?
It could be the sun too.
It's like the brightest thing. Check out Electrocution, our election special. It's gonna be 3 hours from the twisted minds that brought you Truth Point.
I mean, think of all the billions of ghosts who have gone into the light and just ended up swimming around in the sun, not knowing what the fuck to do.
Well, I mean, the thing about the sun is we can't go there. It's too damn hot, but it might actually kick ass if you're a ghost.
Yeah. We can't see anything.
No.
It's just blinding light everywhere.
It's too bright. You can't tell. They might have a bunch of cool shit they built on the sun. Next question.
fucking hot.
If an advanced AI has total self-awareness and has killed him, become a ghost? No. Next question. No. Absolutely not.
Truthbot, shut the fuck up. Post questions in here.
Truthbot's putting fucking questions in here. Is the Bloody Mary mirror ghost thing real? I'm too scared to try it.
Well,
Yes, she's real.
We have this isn't a mirror, but it's a picture of Larry King. Is that just as good?
We're not gonna do
Bloody
it.
Larry. Bloody Larry? Are we talking about Bloody Larry or are we talking about Bloody Mary?
We're not gonna fuck with
Well,
it.
You could summon anything.
I would never play Bloody Mary. I would consider playing Bloody Larry.
This is like when Christopher Hitchens got waterboarded or whatever. You know, we don't have to do it to know it's bad. You know what I mean? We don't need to go that extra step. We're not gonna do it.
Bloody Mary.
Don't
No.
do that.
What's he doing?
Bloody Mary.
Truthbot,
Don't
knock
do
it
it.
off.
Don't do that. Don't.
Bloody Mary.
Stop fucking around
Bloody
with
Mary.
that shit.
Get
Don't,
Bloody Mary.
don't speed up. What the fuck are you doing?
Unplug it.
It's in
Unplug
threes.
his shit.
Mary.
It's
Get
in
into the
threes.
fucking control
I'm losing
panel
count.
and unplug his shit
Stop.
right now.
Stop.
Stop it.
Has anybody
do it.
kept
Bloody
count?
Mary.
It's,
Don't do it.
Just
it
play
just
the
can't
normal.
be on the threes. Is
I
this your
don't.
employee?
Okay, he's
Bloody
done.
Mary.
No,
He's
don't
our
do it. Don't
subordinate.
fucking say it.
Don't. Who is this? Is this your?
Bloody Mary is the. Now I just said it.
You said it. Fuck.
Just
Bloody
don't say
Mary-
it 2 more times. You
Bloody
said
Mary
okay,
is like the most
Now
Now you
fucked
said it
up.
3 times. Why are you guys?
Bloody Mary.